everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Tamlyn and this is Sewn on the Tyne, and I'm here today with my first ever Friday Sews video. Now, I did start a little while ago doing like a weekly catch-up video, but I really would like to get this into a more structured routine, and I've moved my work schedule around a little bit, so I'm going to be able to hopefully bring you a Friday Sews video every week. Friday Sews was started by a lovely American sewing vlogger named Jen. Her channel is Today in Jen's Sewing Room, so do head over and give her a follow if you don't already. I will link her channel down below. And Friday Sews is just a way of sewing vloggers bringing you a weekly update of what they've been up to, and it brings the community together, so that's really lovely. These videos are also going to be a little bit different because they're going to be edited by yours truly. If you've watched my channel for a little while, you'll know that my wonderful husband does all of my editing for me. But these Friday Sews videos are going to be edited by myself, so that's going to be a little bit different. They won't be as all singing, all dancing, wonderfully edited as my other videos because Sam does a wonderful job on those, but I'm going to try my best. Just before I get into what I've been up to this week, I thought I'd tell you what I'm wearing, but also give a very brief introduction to myself if you don't know me and if you don't watch my channel already. So what I'm wearing is my Helen's Closet Jackson pullover, which is this one here, just a very simple drop shoulder sweater. I've made it in this cotton waffle fabric, which is from First for Fabrics where I work, and I've used a cotton elastane ribbing fabric for the neckband, the cuffs and the hemband. This is one of my most worn garments in my wardrobe. It looks like a plain grey jumper, but it's so comfortable. I wear it all the time. I love it. So a little brief introduction to me if you don't watch my channel already. I'm Tamlyn. I'm 37 years old. I live in Newcastle upon Tyne, hence the name Sewn on the Tyne. That is in the northeast of England. I live with my gorgeous husband Sam and our child Taylor Apollo. He is 22 months, he'll be 2 in July, and then we've also got 2 gorgeous cats, Chester and Ziggy, their brother and sister, and yeah, that's our little family setup. I was previously a teacher, a primary school teacher, for a very, very long time, and last year I made a bit of a change in my career to pursue sewing as a career. So now I do a few different things. I work in a fabric shop, serving customers as well as doing some of their social media and, photography, that side of things. I also have a very fledgling children's wear business called Rue's Rocket. I'm hoping to dedicate more time to that going forward, but at the moment I just do little bits of that here and there. I also have my YouTube channel where I try to bring you as much content as I can, but again, hoping to dedicate more time to that. And I do a few other bits as well, so I blog for some fabric companies and yeah, all of those things. Oh, another major thing that I do, I host social sewing days in Newcastle as well. So I do a Wednesday afternoon once a fortnight and a Sunday once a month where I bring people together and we sew together. I am also looking at planning in some taught sewing workshops very soon as well. So that's a little bit about me. I mainly garment sew for myself and for my little boy Taylor. And I started sewing 4 years ago, I think. Yeah, I think it would have been 4 years ago. I did other bits of sewing before then, like cushions, makeup bags, small items, but then I started garment sewing 4 years ago. Right, introduction's done. Lovely to meet you all. If you aren't already a subscriber, welcome, and I'd love it if you do subscribe by the end of this video. That would be fantastic. So what I've been up to this week, starting off with some lovely news, was I won a prize. So there was a sewing challenge hosted over on Instagram by Crystal, Adele and Clare. I'll leave all of their details down below. They've got YouTube channels as well that you can go and follow. They hosted a challenge in April called Selfless Sew April, and the idea was that you sewed something for somebody else. I entered a couple of times because I made some things for my son Taylor, and one of those won a prize, which I was really excited about. I've won a £30 fabric shop voucher. I haven't spent it yet, but I'm really pleased, and it was really lovely to be chosen as one of the winners. So my winning entry was a jumper inspired by a Morris dancing outfit. So we went down to something called the Day of Dance, which is a Morris dancing celebration day in Adderbury in Oxfordshire, which is where Sam's parents live and where he was brought up. And it hasn't been on for 3 years due to COVID, but this year it was, and it was Taylor's first time. So I wanted to make him an outfit inspired by the Morris dancing outfit, but a toddler friendly version. So I actually made him a jumper, which was a colour block jumper. I used the Brindle and Twig vintage sweatshirt as my base because I love that jumper pattern. And I made a colour blocked version in white, red and blue. We'll insert some pictures for you to see. I say we, I will, because I'm going to edit this. And yeah, he looked absolutely adorable. I bought him some shorts from Sainsbury's, some red shorts, which I thought looked really nice. I had some red and blue bells for his ankles, and I also made him some armbands with ribbon and elastic. So he looked so adorable, and he got a lot of attention on that day, and it was lovely to be identified as one of the prize winners. So thank you so much, ladies. Right, on Wednesday it was my Sew Toon social sewing afternoon, and it was a lovely afternoon. I come away from those sessions feeling so happy. It's just, I love doing it. I love bringing people together. We chat, we share advice, we help each other with our projects, we talk about all sorts of things really, not just sewing related things, and it's just so lovely. And this week, one of my lovely attendees, one of my Sew Tooners, Alison, actually brought me a bunch of flowers to say thank you for bringing everyone together. So that was really lovely and it touched me. So thank you, Alison, if you're watching. Alison also has a YouTube channel. I will link to that as well. So yeah, it was a lovely afternoon. What I tend to do on the Wednesday afternoons, because they're only 3 hours, I don't usually take my machine. I take cutting out to do. And what I was cutting out on Wednesday was the latest Friday Pattern Company pattern, which is the Saguaro set. It's a beautiful cord, so it's high-waisted, elasticated waist trousers, and then a gorgeous crop top with elastic in the waist as well. Comes down quite low at the front. You can tie, like add a tie. You can wear it backwards as well, so that the back becomes the front. It's just beautiful. So I thought I'd show you the fabric that I was using for this. This is a really fun fabric. This was sent to me by Oya Textiles as a PR product, I guess. So they sent me this for free in exchange for me then sharing my make on Instagram. So the fabric I'm using is this. This is just one of the pocket pieces. Sorry for the rustling, but how fun is that? Now, this pattern actually ran this way down the fabric, so the selve edges were parallel to these, sort of the direction of these zigzag lines, but I managed to turn it around and have all of my pattern pieces running that way instead, because I just thought that would be a better way to have my pattern on my trousers and things like that. I've attempted to pattern match, but we shall see how that goes. So that's all cut out, and I'm going to be sewing that up on Sunday, because again, I've got my social sewing day. It's the full day this time, 10 till 4. I've got 15 people coming along and it's going to be lovely. So I'm hoping to get that sewn up. Just in case you haven't seen it, this is the Saguaro set. It's absolutely beautiful. Every version I've seen of this has been amazing. So yeah, that is going to be the most 70s looking Saguaro set, isn't it? I'm thinking I might cut another one out before Sunday, because, well, I was going to say that won't take me 6 hours to sew up, but in amongst talking to everyone and helping people and drinking tea and eating biscuits and things, it might be a bit ambitious to do more than one thing. So yeah, I might just actually take that. I might have something stashed away in my bag as well, just in case I do finish, but I'm not expecting to. If you're watching my video and you are reasonably local to Newcastle and you know nothing about my social sewing days, please send me an email. My email address is in the description box down below and I can give you more information. It's a really lovely group that we have. We have regulars that come, and then there's always some newbies that come along as well, and it's just so lovely. Next thing, I've been feeling quite overwhelmed with the amount of projects that I have on the go. Now, I know some people like to only be working on one project at a time. I'd love to be that person, but I'm not. I always have multiple projects on the go, and it got to the point a couple of weeks ago where it really became a problem and it completely overwhelmed me. I was not getting anything done because I had so many projects on the go. So this week I've been really trying to take it in hand. I've set up a spreadsheet on my laptop, a Google Sheets spreadsheet, and on there I've got a page for my current projects, and I've got a list of those, you know, who they're for, whether it's for me, Taylor, a blog post or whatever, and then I've itemized the steps that I have to do to complete that project, because for some of them it might just be that it needs a hem or it needs, you know, buttons or something, but I'm just not getting it done because I've got so many things in my brain that need to be done. So I'm itemizing out each thing that needs to be done, and then I'm highlighting it off, you know, on my laptop once that step is complete, and it's actually really helping me. I've then got a second page on there which is all my projects that are cut out but not started, and I'm not underestimating this when I say there are over 20, and that's not good, is it? So I'm really trying to get it sorted. So I've got that page, and then when I start on that one of those projects, I'll move it onto my work in progress page away from just the cutout page. And then I've got another page which is projects that I need to do, maybe for businesses like fabric companies, blogger projects, things like that. So yeah, I'm really trying to get on top of things because it all became a little bit much. I'd love to hear from you. What sort of a person are you in terms of your projects? Do you work on one at a time? Or are you like me, if you've got multiple projects on the go at one time? Do you have any ways of staying organised and keeping on top of it? Please let me know down below. Let's have a little chat and let's see if we can help each other become a little bit more project organised. I have shared these on my channel before, and I know that some other sewing YouTubers have shared these as well, but I do try and organise my projects in these project bags, which I just pick up from Amazon. So these are the A3 version, and they're just really helpful for keeping all of my individual projects in. I think I've probably got about 30 of those project bags around this room. Not good, but I'm trying to get on top of it. I will get better. Right, on a similar thing, kind of, you know, overwhelm and getting on top of things, I had a big wardrobe declutter on Monday. I don't have a very big wardrobe, you know, we don't have a huge amount of space for myself and Sam. So I've just got this one wardrobe with some hanging space and then a couple of shelves, and it was just getting to the point where it was just so full, but I never felt like I had anything to wear, and I wore the same things over and over again. So I pulled everything out on Monday evening and went through everything, all of my me-mades, all of my ready-to-wear, just everything. Tried lots of things on and got rid of a lot of things. Some things were very tatty and in bad condition. They've just gone to textile recycling. Some things have been passed on to my mum, and some things have gone to charity. So everything has gone to a good home, but I managed to get rid of 2 big bags for life and 2 big bin liners of stuff. I can't believe it. And I do feel a lot calmer and more organised when I look in my wardrobe on a morning to choose what I'm going to wear. I feel so much better about everything now that it's slimmed down and it's more organised, and things are fresh in my mind, you know. Things that I hadn't worn for ages and I'd forgotten about have now kind of become more of a feature, and I can find those more easily. So yes, that was a really good activity for me to do on Monday, a good process to go through. My style has changed a lot, and things that I previously loved, I just don't like anymore. I have a definite style now where I like things mainly to be quite figure hugging. Usually I like things that show off my shoulders and my upper body. This is my cat Ziggy. Hey darling girl, you say hello. So that's kind of changed a bit, and the smocky kind of loose fitting look just isn't for me anymore. So I have managed to get rid of quite a few things that just weren't my style and I wasn't reaching for. So yes, that was great. And the last thing I just wanted to talk to you about was just some things that I've been sent. So Prim, who you probably know, make all sorts of sewing related items like haberdashery, organisation things, tools, all sorts of things that you need for sewing. Prim have always been my go-to brand because I can rely on them. Their products are really high quality. They've sent me a few bits this week and I just thought I'd show you some of them. So obviously, again, these have been sent to me for free, just for me to try out and for me to use, and some things to help me with my social sewing days. I'm really excited about the things that I've got. I've got a big box this morning, well, 3 big boxes, and I'm just going to show you some of the bits, not everything. So they have introduced a new line to their range, and it's an embroidery, like hand embroidery. So it's not something that I've done a lot of, but I would like to try it a little bit more. And now I've got all of this lovely equipment, I am going to have a little look at doing some hand embroidery. So they've sent me this Prim Love kit, which is like a starter kit for embroidery. So in there you've got some scissors, needles, a little stitching booklet with basic stitches in, a pin cushion, there are threads in there, there's an embroidery hoop, there's an erasable marker, and I think that might be it. There's this, which I don't know what this is, and I really need to find out. So yeah, what is it? It's a threader for embroidery needles. So yeah, that's a lovely little kit. If somebody's wanting to get into hand embroidery, that would be a lovely little gift to give them. So I will try and link these products down below if I can find where you could purchase them from. So then they sent me, as well as the kit, they sent me some of the bits separate as well. So they've sent me another embroidery hoop there, some of the threads, another one of the needle threaders, and some more of the scissors. So that was really lovely and exciting to get, and I am going to have a little go at doing something like that, maybe when I'm just sitting watching TV, which I don't do a lot of, but you know, it would be nice. Or maybe if we're on a long car journey and Sam's driving, I could do a little bit of hand embroidery. So thank you very much for those. I then emailed Prim to thank them for sending me those, and they asked me if there was anything else that I would like or anything that would help me with my sewing at the moment. And I did pick out a few bits that I thought would really be useful for my sewing social days. 2 of those things are downstairs. I will show you them another time. There's a big trolley for my sewing machine, which has got lots of compartments in to put all of my equipment. And then a smaller bag which you can attach on top, which will have my overlocker in, and that will just be great for me transporting my equipment backwards and forwards to my social sewing days. At the moment, I tend to put them in bags for life from the supermarket, which isn't great. So yes, I've got those. I'll show you those next time. I also got some more of the press cloths because I use these all the time at my social sewing days as well. So I got some more of those. I got a new French curve I use these for blending between sizes on patterns, and for when I'm tracing out patterns as well. So mine had actually broken. I had stood on mine. So I asked for a new one and they've sent me a new one, which is fantastic. I would recommend these. They are really sturdy. I just happened to have mine leaning on something and then I stood on it and it broke. Then they also sent me a little travel case for my mini iron. So I've been using this mini iron for ages now. It's really useful to have when you don't want to have your big iron out, and it's just a really great tool. It's, you know, really powerful and does the job just as well as one of the big irons. So it's a little case to put it in, because up to now I haven't had anything to put mine in, so that's going to be really useful. Then they've sent me some of these bobbin holders. So at the minute I use these spool pods from Pattern Trace and I love them, absolutely love them. I've got multiple versions of these with all of my different threads in, but recently I've got into sewing with Maraflex thread quite a lot, and I wanted a way of keeping my Maraflex thread, which is like a slightly stretchy thread for using with knit fabrics. I wanted to keep those separate from my other threads, so I'm going to use these for my Maraflex threads and bobbins just to differentiate between them. And then the last couple of things are some fabrics. So Prim have their own range of fabrics, which I had no idea about. So I picked out a couple that I thought were really lovely, and I'm going to have a little play with these. So this is how they come with this like sleeve on. This one is a cotton jersey, so it's cotton and elastane. And this one is a viscose, I believe, 100% viscose. And both of them are just 1 meter. You can see I've gone for similar colours here. This one's got a floral and leaf design on it. This one might become, Oh, yesterday I wore an Ogden cami for the first time in years, not years, a couple of years, a True Bias Ogden cami, and I loved wearing it. So I think I might make another one of those out of this fabric. And then this one, this jersey, is going to be something for Taylor. They feel really, really lovely quality, really lovely and soft. Obviously I'll share more of my thoughts once I've sewn them up, but I just wanted to show you those anyway. So I think I best leave it there because it's now 22 minutes and this is becoming quite a long video and it wasn't supposed to be. So I've really enjoyed sharing my first week of Friday sews with you. I know that Jen does have prompts, so like a question each week for Friday's sewing participants to answer and also for you to answer as you watch. I will get on top of those and start with those next week. I just had so much to share with you today that I couldn't really fit everything in. Looking ahead to the weekend, we're going to have a lovely family day out tomorrow. I'm not sure where yet, possibly an outdoor museum near here called Beamish Museum. Possibly there if the weather's going to be nice. And then Sunday, as I said, I've got my lovely Sewtoon social sewing day, which I'm really excited about. So thank you so much for watching today. I hope you've enjoyed this video and hearing what I've been up to this week. And I will see you all again next week for Friday Sews. I will definitely be back next week. I promise. Thank you so much for watching and I hope you're all really well. Happy sewing. Bye. I might have something statched. Oh, I can talk. Right.